What's good, YouTube? I'm Dave, and I'm here to help you find a good gift for your husband, boyfriend, partner, or friend who is impossible to shop for. I'm pretty sure that I'm qualified to help you do this because I am one of those people. We'll get right into this video, but make sure to stay tuned because I'll also let you know about some gift ideas that I would be pretty careful about giving guys. It might help you avoid disappointment or giving them something that they'll never use. I'll also leave some links in the description if you're really in a bind and you need to buy something right now. Ready, set, let's do this. Okay, so a lot of people like to gift experiences, especially when you're shopping for someone who almost literally has everything. This is a great idea for a gift, but many times people think that this is something really expensive, like an all expenses paid vacation or a trip. So if you don't want to break the bank and still want to give them an awesome experience, my suggestion would be to think about categories instead of getting really stuck on something very specific. For example, if your person is really into cars, see if there's a supercar or track driving experience near you. I live in Colorado, and one year for my birthday, my wife got me an experience to drive a McLaren through the mountains out here. It wasn't super expensive. It was really, really memorable, and we still talk about it to this day. Or if someone is really into food, check out a site like Viator to see if there's a local food tour or a cooking class that you guys might want to do together, or maybe that person can do it with their significant other. I bet that you could go to their website right now and find something really interesting that your person would really enjoy. A lot of guys are big sports people, and I absolutely am too. So another idea is to find out if their favorite team's stadium does a tour where you can like walk on the field, the court, or the ice. These things are really, really memorable and oftentimes not super expensive. I recently did this in LA at their new stadium for around 30 bucks a person, and our 2-year-old had a blast just running around on the field. My next suggestion would be to take clues from things that they do and find the cool accessories and upgrades that go with it. So for example, if they're into fitness, there are very likely accessories that they want that go with the things that they do. Things like phone holders, higher quality weights, better kettlebells. For me, I have a Peloton. Sometimes my butt hurts when I ride it, so something like upgrading my seat on the Peloton would be something that would be very thoughtful, and I would use it all the time. If your person is into video games, there are pretty much unlimited accessories here. Headsets, things like carrying cases, charging stations. All of these things can kind of upgrade their hobbies and the things that they enjoy doing. Maybe they're starting a podcast, a YouTube channel, or they play an instrument. They might like a new camera lens, microphone, or headphones to go with it. Like for example, I make YouTube videos, and my brother-in-law got me this microphone that I use to shoot videos with my iPhone. I love this thing and I use it all the time. Of course, a lot of guys are into grilling, and they might have a Traeger or a Blackstone or whatever is the trendy cooking thing of the moment. There are cool utensils, seasonings, and even gloves that go with things like this. So like for example, I have these utensils for my Blackstone that help me make burgers a little bit easier, and I love these things. They're super convenient. I use them every time that I grill. This is kind of a that's what she said thing, but what I'm saying is that you don't always have to get the big things. Sometimes you can get the things that make the big thing better. That's what she said. Another thing that I would think about is, do they have something that's really, really old or wearing out? Chances are you might hate this thing. This is your opportunity to replace those joggers with the holes in them, the tools that they're always endangering their lives with, the headphones with the flaking ear pads that just look ridiculous when they wear them. All of that stuff, this is your chance to upgrade those things that you know that they love. We all know those people who just like what they like to a fault. They keep using something well past its usable life, and even when it's like borderline dangerous to use, I think that a gift can be a good way to get them to move on from that item that has been well loved and well used, and they'll enjoy the new version of it. Those AirPods that went through the washing machine, the tool set that's like half empty or broken at this point. Think about those things that they use all the time, but they're just not in good shape anymore. When you help someone upgrade something that you know that they use and love, it can bring a big smile to their face because then they know that you've kind of been paying attention. While not everyone is, I'm pretty into collectibles that matter to me, and they don't necessarily have to be super expensive. And if you're shopping for an adult, there's a good chance that their favorite player, TV show, or movie has some things for sale that are not as expensive as they once were when, these things were at their peak. I loved the Seattle Supersonics when I was growing up in the PN Dub, and now I am a Denver Nuggets season ticket holder. When I was a kid, I loved pro wrestling, as you might be able to tell by this shirt. My favorite wrestler was Razor Ramon. Anything related to those things, love it. For something affordable and super comfortable, one of my favorite websites that I get a ton of t-shirts from is this website called Homage. Check them out and see if they have something related to their favorite TV show, movie, or sports team that they might want to just wear around the house. I get a lot of compliments on the different versions of the NBA Jam t-shirts that they have. When I wear this D-Generation X shirt to an airport, I always get a comment on it from another guy who loved pro wrestling. They do big sales all the time, especially around major holidays, so you can probably get a couple shirts for your person without spending a ton of money. Nostalgia does not have to be a $100 thrift store find that you dug through a pile to get. It also doesn't have to be an arcade one-up machine. I do have one, and it is a great gift idea, but they are expensive. It can just be something that shows that you know the things that they liked when they were growing up. Another gift that can be great for guys that care about their appearance at all is something that upgrades our everyday routine without creating an extra step. Last Christmas, my wife actually got me a bunch of Jack Black grooming products that I use when I travel for work. So sometimes I'll be gone for a few days or a week at a time, and instead of me just using like a rusted travel shaving cream can or whatever's in the hotel, it's really nice to just have these in my travel bag, and I really like these products a lot. In general, I'm not like a super fancy person when it comes to like lotions and shaving creams and things, but the quality of these products is so much better, so I really appreciate it when I have them. So maybe think about things like razors, hair care products, beard lubes. I absolutely can't grow a beard, but a lot of people can. Or maybe even an electric toothbrush. Maybe you know someone who is still using a manual toothbrush that looks like it should be used to clean shoes. Some of these things might be more like stocking stuffers or a casual gift that you give to someone at their birthday dinner. But a lot of times for guys, we don't know what we don't know until someone puts it into our hand and we realize that it's better. Okay, so before I get into just a cheat sheet of ideas for things that I think most guys would like, I also wanted to share a few things that I think you should be a little bit careful about buying. First is things that come with subscriptions. Even if you're going to pay for the first year in advance on your own, a lot of budget-minded guys are immediately going to think about how much this thing is going to cost them going forward. I'm talking about those big things, the tonals, the Pelotons. Super generous, very expensive gift, but costs $40 to use every month going forward. Next are things that force you to switch platforms or make a very polarizing brand choice. So I'm talking about Android versus iPhone, Roku versus Apple TV, those kinds of changes that people sometimes really don't want to make. You would be surprised at how brand loyal some guys are when it comes to things like this. And also things that are nice that are just like not in their orbit. They're not things that they would ever use. So for instance, like me, I work from home. If you get me a dress shirt, a fancy belt, or a tie, I'm literally never going to use it. I'm pretty much past wedding season in my life, so the chances are very few and far between for me to use anything like that. Or if you got me like a really fancy man purse, not my vibe. Just because the thing is nice, it's not going to change my behavior. And while we went over a lot of ideas, sometimes you just really don't want to think about it. So here are some ideas of things that I think a lot of people would like. The Beats Fit Pros. These are actually one of my favorite things that I have. I think that these are the best wireless earbuds available today. They're not AirPods. They're a little bit more masculine. They're great for people who are active and work out. They have active noise canceling, so they're great on airplanes too. So if someone travels a lot and they don't want to bring like big headphone cans, or they work out a lot, these things are pretty perfect. Another really cool idea, I'm fully not telling you to give someone a picture of me, but this is a picture that we had blown up. This is back when I used to work for the USC football team during college. And this is probably one of the coolest pictures of me that exists. And there might be an equivalent picture of your person. So maybe they were like a high school kicker and there's a picture of them going, ah, after they hit the game-winning field goal. Think about those like core memories that they might have. Find that picture, get it blown up, frame it, it won't cost that much, and this thing could be one of the most awesome gifts that they ever get. And this one is really easy, but our best dog ever was a Schnauzer. His name was the Pooping Bear. One year, my wife got me this awesome Schnauzer succulent holder. It sits on my desk. It reminds me of him every day while I'm working on my computer. Probably like a $10 gift. Super thoughtful. I love this thing. I'm like getting emotional. But, you know, something like this can actually be a really awesome, super thoughtful gift if you have someone who maybe lost a beloved pet. And, you know, if they're not a plant person, you could do something really special, like get a portrait made of their pet on Etsy. These things might take a little bit of lead time, usually like a couple weeks to get it done. But these things can be really awesome, and who's not gonna love it if they're a pet person? And if you're interested in checking out some other gift ideas, here are some other videos that I've done. Happy shopping. You've got this. You're gonna get them an awesome gift.